Sorry, I meant to click on joke and the button I have for the joke, and somehow I clicked on stream. But anyway, we're back again with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, specifically the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. We are beginning the third episode, the third case, the adventure of the runaway room, starting with the investigation. Okay, let's start. Episode 3, The Adventure of the Runaway Room.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter. A murder in a carriage as it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, once said of the incident,
I believe that perhaps that case was indeed
the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Amazing. Is this really just a railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
And look at all the steam locomotives. This country is incredible.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
So, where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure. I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Thought so. Well then, I hope you enjoy your stay. And welcome to the centre of the world, Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
February, 9:21 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice Office. What an incredible place! It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. They've only been built in a few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? Far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the difference than just construction materials. What is this place again? This is Lord Chief Justice Office, Naruhodō-san, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. Lord Chief Justice. We have instructions to report here at this time. If circumstances were different, we are supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we have arrived from Japan. I effed up. I didn't mean to drop. Okay, but anyways, I meant to do this. We were supposed to let Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead we are here in a different capacity. As I voice to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes. Having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If you want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's okay, I was right. I have to take Kazuma's place as last student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need to requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Qualification? Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here. To have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that you'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. No, that voice isn't right. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. Huh. Seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. How fortunate. So, introductions. I'm MAEL STRONGHART. I prefer to Scarlet Fury's name. Because said his name. Heart Vortex. It's the same thing, the pun is the same. I am MAEL STRONGHART, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Now I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Miss Naruhodō, don't be a mouse. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryūnosuke Naruhodō from the Empire of Japan. Well, Mr. Naruhodō, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Yes, thank you. I'm going to examine. This must be Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that your fanciful imagination at work again. Mr. Naruhodō. It feels like everything that's not made of wood and paper at home. It's made of bricks and stone here. I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. Is this some kind of clock? Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. Those gears are larger than anything you find on a steam locomotive even. It's eerie. You think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? Lord Chief Justice, I mean? Well, mice enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? I'm not sure you could fiddle with cocks that size, and I'm certain you couldn't call him a boy. Still, it's amazing how little noise the cogs make, considering how large they are. There's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. And they're all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. Yes, a very bad dream. They're not all about British law either. There are books about the judicial systems of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? Didn't you notice that it was wardrobe? I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. I believe they are... yes, they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like the lion dogs we have in Japan guarding shrine gates. No, not at all. Back in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know. They roam around in the middle of the night. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Mrs. Zato? These books tell me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. Where did you get that incredible tome? Okay, I did look at everything, right? No, there's stuff for this. No, it's still the same thing, same things. Okay, I'm going to present my badge. I'm kidding. I'm going to go first. London. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, hell! I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. Simply splendid, isn't it, Master blah. Is it Mr. Naruhodō? Oh. We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Zato-san. Everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes, there's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we'll be hosting here in London. Great Exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our grand city. It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris World Fair look like a toy shop. Gosh, I can only imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. And if you do say so yourself, the sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. I'll be back. Oh. My nose is running. Don't know why. Law student. Lord Chief Justice, I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Sogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard a steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reaching before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you will honor this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoy from Japan to report the sad news in person. You tell me Japanese are people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. Fuji's here is out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodō here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodō, this is it then. The moment of truth. Continuing studio tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart, I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean? Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. That was Mr. Asogi. At least that is what I've been led to understand. Well, the thing is, this isn't really going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. It's Naruhodō. I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I going to say? If there is someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's Mr. Zato. I'm kidding. I mean, yeah, she could. I mean, she's a legal assistant, but maybe. It's me. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but no qualifications, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I've acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me. And I was the accused. Glossing over the details. I've been spending every spare moment of the journey here to Great Britain studying. I learned all about Britain law and court proceedings while I was on board of the SS Purya. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short of a period of time, but I can just go back to Japan. Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. Huh? And it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself. But I will do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance. That's all I'm asking for. Please. You're not going to like. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruhodō. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that will stand you in a good stead as a lawyer. Oh, well, thanks. So you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? Huh? Let me ask you one thing first. Sir? Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Hell, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a special certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. No, it's not. Really? Test. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Miss Naruhodō, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course, well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect, in fact. There's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defenses yet, so this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you will have passed my test. But he is guilty. I know, spoilers. What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? Yes, good question. I remember. It's a murder trial. Murder? I mean, a murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, you will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? You'll be put to death? Put to death? No, I don't know where. I don't know, can't explain right now. It's mucus in the throat, I think. Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. It would be toying with the man's life. I am the Lord's Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court? If I lose, you'll be hanged? Mr. Naruhodō, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. Huh? If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. It's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? Yes, you do. Alright then. If I have to give a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get words out. I'll be right back. I'm back. "15 seconds. Your decision making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. So it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the East tomorrow. This conversation is over." Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Mr. Naruhodō. I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodō. What could I do? It's alright. I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But the result has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Miss Suzuto means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at the trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable. I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see these trials as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. Sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, Mr. Naruhodō. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that. I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. You will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. That's awful! That is the truth. Why does it have to be like that? Like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madam? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh! Our time is up there. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. He's gone. The Old Bailey. If we're going to do this, Mr. Naruhodō, we must leave at once. I don't want to. Let me present the armband. Mr. Naruhodō, can I ask you something? Careful, for this position I can perform with such a takedown in an instant. I know. Naruhodō, you are Lord Strongheart. Trial starts immediately. Imminently. If I need to throw you, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, you had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. Okay, fine, I will go. Mr. Professor, it's really quite stifling. If we're in Kachikawa, we may just make it to the courtroom house in time. Old Bailey. there's a reason when we take this case. 18th of February, 9:45 a.m. The Old Bailiff's defendant chamber. Oh, thank goodness, we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were so going to rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when he climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and then there's a kidney in it for you. It's one of my favorite lines from the Sherlock Holmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait is Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodō? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air. Almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. Feels like only yesterday that I was one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment.
Top of the morning to you, madam. Sir! What are you doing for me here? Things are fair desperate, aren't they?
Sorry?
Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the East, that is.
We're from Japan, yes?
Japan, is it? Alright, say no more. So, how much do you need?
No, we're just here because...
No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a pen to your name. No one in a strange, faraway land.
Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no.
This grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now.
1,000 guineas? Please, Mr. Sato, you don't have to shout. 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo.
What? There's nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see? I have enough wealth to buy the City of London tour 3 times over.
Could that much rain even fall in one day? Wait. For effing 6. So you didn't see any of this. Where did I forget? It was in Lord Strongheart. Seriously? Why am I making all these mistakes? Not even so, we couldn't possibly assess such a large sum of money. That hit me in the eye.
Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving to you no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me.
Oh?
To be honest, it's a little embarrassing. The trial is about beginning scenes for me good self here. I'll be in the dock.
Huh?
So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'll be my lawyer, but just a little detail now.
Oh well, the thing is...
Don't worry about the thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me. Nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all.
So it was true. Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but does that mean you're defended in this trial?
Blistering blazes! Do you not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names.
No, sorry. He didn't just arrive in the city, you see?
I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park, there in the center of London is another beautiful park.
Sorry, a park? What?
It's called McGilded Park. McGilded Park. Full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot.
This voice is really...
I donated to the city, so I did.
The entire park? In central London?
The city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its crowd people.
That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary.
But now they've the gall to say I'm a good for nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask ya?
Alright, don't pass out. Mr. Naruhodō, perhaps now will be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. McGill, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and would be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best.
What does I have to say, you daft idiot? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I?
Well, yes, but I was really offering to just stand up there next to you.
Oh, I think I see what's going on here.
Sorry?
I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor of a fellow claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well?
Well... Not at all. I want to say exactly, but probably isn't the right option. Not at all. Although it is a little strange, to be honest. Well, you don't have a lawyer, I mean.
That would be the fault of the Reaper.
Sorry? Did you just say Reaper?
Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baron Van Zeeth, is the prosecutor.
The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper?
When Van Zeeth stands for the prosecution, they call the accused the sacrifice. The sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which has been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
What?
There is this desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fellow at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey.
Goodness, Lord Baron Van Zeeth. Must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor, then.
Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's It's cursed.
Cursed? What on earth?
Fellow Saiban, Ernie's counsel. Please make your way to the courtroom. The trial is about to begin.
His counsel? That will be me.
Oh, it's this time. Well then, fella, don't let me down.
But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened.
Until you show your face here. I made up my mind, so I had.
Sorry?
I decided I have to defend myself in there.
How would that have worked?
Then you made an appearance. It's given of law, won't you know? There's no accident. I can assure you of that. This fate.
Can I change his voice? I like the voice, but I don't like doing the voice.
So don't get cold feet now. Please.
I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Mr. Naruhodō? Man has no one. He left standing alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen.
Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand.
I'll be right there. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. Hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. I'm sweating bullets. '18th of February, 10 AM, the Old Bailey's courtroom. Look at all those jurors. So this is the highest court in Great Britain. The Old Bailey. Centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? So different to the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodō? Oh, yes, what? Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilden. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is fully prepared. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld.
Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English?
Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. I couldn't be further from ready if I tried.
Those eyes please me. Nipponese. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes. Now, Mr. McGilded.
Yes,
Wrong voice.
yes, my lord.
You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to these? Foreigner?
Is that all said, my lord? These are guaranteed to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fellow is a student from some little island off in the Far East. It is not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I like to think that act of chivalry to the great British Empire proud.
Listen, Mr. McGilded,
What a fine gentleman is him.
did you hear that he donated £5,000 to the government the other day?
Mother, please, may we go and play in McGilded Park?
It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he could convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ho ho ho, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows, there big long, I'm more than ready. As a matter, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Ha! Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. I feel a chill.
Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be carrying on with my knitting. Must finish this meat for my grandson.
Ah, Mr. Naruhodō, those people are... The jury. Yes, there's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right, I only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passed sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. How exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Yes. Prosecutor Van Zix. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So... So, what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware? that to your imagination, my lord.
So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years? Why did they have to choose a day of all days to make a comeback?
Tell us hard, Miss Naruhodō.
As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. Summary of the case, if you please.
Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity.
You must be the only ones in here who aren't aware.
The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days had passed. The hour is some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks, known in the community as thrice-fired mason.
Sorry, thrice?
He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible.
The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrusted into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the... Wait, I was doing the wrong voice.
The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service of the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigation. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard.
Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence. The autopsy report has been entered into the court record. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record.
And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well.
And these are... Good Lord! Is that blood, counsel?
Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested.
What? Mr. McGilda's gloves had blood on them? Yes, we'll accept these as evidence as well. Defendant's leather gloves have been entered into the court record. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I've even started.
Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time.
Only 2?
Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded.
Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you?
Well, of course I have no recollection of such a thing.
Mr. McGilded.
To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I will succumb to it.
Are you claiming to have been asleep?
It is the motion of the carriage, my lord. Only a thing, so it is. And when I open my eyes again, there's a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I never laid eyes on before in my life. Now I ask you, What good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to Apicella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about big glass now, was I? I reached out to give a man a hand.
Let me just check. Photo. Okay. Close. So the blood got on the gloves then after the man had been killed. Unfortunately, that statement of the drivers is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it? There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Order! 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 When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. There were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. Witnesses, your names and occupations.
My name is, well, what calls me Beppo.
Or Beppo, I don't know.
I drive an omnibus in the East End. Bruce Fairplay, I'm a banker in the city. My name's First, Lady First. I make hats for gents.
Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Quite right.
Yes, sir, that's right, sir.
Very well then, let's proceed to our formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Witnesses' testimony. What the witnesses saw.
It was the last buzz of the evening, so a few customers. I remember it well.
The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
That's right. I stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too.
Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Yes, counsel.
Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Why not?
Well, the incident took place inside the moving carriage, didn't it?
As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes.
Well, in that case, how could those witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus?
Well, no. We only arrived in London this morning.
No matter. I've arranged for us all to see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime that is.
What do you mean? The actual scene? How?
A carriage is designed to be moved after all. Presumably you understand that much.
Yes.
The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building.
Here? What? The entire carriage?
Bailiff! Bring forth the stricken omnibus!
So, that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain courtrooms are amazing.
As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. 4 passengers seated inside in the enclosed cabin, and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above.
Ah, a skylight. Oh!
The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. And it's how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight.
That makes perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom.
There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish.
Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. The omnibus has been entered into the court record. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I couldn't help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Let us continue proceedings then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Yeah, I'm going to examine it. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of murder. It's horrible. That's blood that soaked into the seat. The victims, obviously. Yes, that seat will be clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really have somebody in full view of other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark. There was a lamp on in there, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. That's possible for the Great Exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition.
The Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. People all over London must be filling with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event.
Why can I check that again? Oh, I can check everything again. The seat has a handle, it seems. Sorry. I'm going to stop this right now. I'm sweating a lot. So let's save and end this stream. Until next time, thanks for watching.